guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's been so long since I have properly talked to you guys. So do let me know how are you and which books you guys are reading, which books you guys currently bought, maybe some new recommendations for me. Do let me know in the comment section. Today I'm going to talk about two books that I read recently, and I want to share it with you guys because both of these books are really awesome. So without further ado, let's get started. I hope you guys know that you are supposed to ignore my background. So let's get started with this video. So the first book that I read is by Sidney Sheldon, and that is Are You Afraid of the Dark? Now this is an epic book. I have read two books before this one by Sidney Sheldon, and those two books were also amazing. So I was actually very curious to read this book because of the cover. If you can see, it's very mysterious and spooky. So what the book is about? So there are two women whose husband died because actually they both were killed because they both were involved into some secret projects, and their wives, both of these women, are trying to figure out that who that killer can be. So they are actually jumping from one incident into another, and the book is so fast, the reader also feels as if he or she is into that or into that moment, and they're also jumping from one situation into another, or rather I should say they're also escaping from one situation into another. I've already disclosed a lot, and I'm not going to speak much about this because it's a spoiler free video, but I truly believe that if you're a Sidney Sheldon fan and if you're looking for some legal thriller, mystery, crime, then I think you should go for this book. It's an epic book, trust me. The second book that I read is Milk and Honey. Now this book was actually recommended to me by one of my best friend, and I just loved this book. So this book is basically a collection of poetry, and the book is divided into stages of a woman, like there are different stages in the life of a woman. So all those 3-4 stages are described in this book through beautiful lines and poems. Each and every poem, each and every line in this book actually says millions and thousands and millions of words, which are so heart touching. I actually read this book 2 times, and I just couldn't get over it, and my friend has to literally snatch it from my hand because that book belonged to him, so I have to return that book. But the book is amazing, and it has some adult pictures, like some sketches, so I don't think children should go to read this book. But yes, if you're sensible enough to understand poetry, and you are willing to give your time and devote your time to this book, then I think you should definitely go for this book because it's hard to explain. This book is like a lavish feast for the people who love poetry, and I'm not into poetry that much. I don't read many poetry books. You will know if you are following me on Instagram or Twitter. So but when I read this book, I was like, I want to read more books by the author, and I'm definitely going to do that. So these are the 2 books that I read. Do let me know which books you guys are reading, which books you guys read recently in the comment section. And if you guys wish to connect with me on my social media, then the links are down below in the description box, so you guys can have a look. And don't forget to add #Sidbookreviewer every time you post anything related to bookish on your social media.